Hello, hello, this is Doug Walker. I'm here with my brother Rob. Say hi.
Hi.
He's here with this one because he helped me write this one, and for me, this is up there with The Wizard. This is one of my favorites. And I had to when I
So awful.
well, when I saw it, I wasn't sure what to say because it was just so bizarre, and I knew I was going to need help with it. So I invited Rob and also Bargo. He helped make some jokes
Yeah,
too.
we basically all three watched this film together and put it on, and well, we were horrified.
It was pretty scary. It was very, very strange, and this is very true too. I do actually have those Tom and Jerry DVDs. I don't watch them that often, but because I don't have too many free moments to watch cartoons too much anymore. But this one I was getting a lot of requests for, and I remember seeing it advertised, but they never showed that they talked. So that was a genuine surprise when I saw that.
I see. The funny thing is, I actually knew that they talked, and that was one of the one of the numerous reasons I didn't want to see this movie.
I saw something. There was like a magazine out at the time, and it showed a picture of them from the movie, and like they had little voice bubbles. And I'm just like, well, that can't be a good sign. And we both really love Tom and Jerry. You can chuck up a lot of our humor.
Huge slapstick fans to begin with.
So Tom and Jerry is like gold to us. And it is just great because I mean, you look at the expressions, you look at the timing and stuff. It's just
the
wonderful.
voice, the minimalist voice acting by who was it, Jack Hanna?
Yeah,
who
he
did all
actually
of the
does
screams.
And it is so. Oh, and Joseph Barbera, the creative consultant.
Yeah, he basically said, "Yeah, sure, you can rip my creation to shreds."
I mean, he's probably just so happy that they made a movie because nobody's even like looked at this work in years. He's just happy there's a movie.
They probably came up to him, he's like 90 years old. He's like, "There's your movie? Okay, great. Then you're our creative consultant. See you later."
They just ask, "Can we make a movie?" Okay, it's like that's the whole process. Actually, this was the only good part of the movie. It's the only part that actually felt like Tom and Jerry, ironically, when they're not doing the slapstick. But you felt like, they keep trying to get rid of each other. They're trying to determine whether or not be friends. That was like the only good part. It's only a few seconds long.
And this guy.
Oh, that gay dog, yeah.
Which we're pretty sure Poochie was the Simpsons character that
that's
Homer played
right.
was based on this guy.
I don't even know like how many people saw the Tom and Jerry movie, but yeah, they had to base on anybody. It was probably that character. Oh, there's that love child. I make way too many love child jokes. I gotta stop. Oh, here's this. Why am I drinking water? Why am I suddenly drinking water?
I remember you were discussing things and you're just like, I need something I can spit out that will look really, really cool and funny on camera. And we were just all sort of blanking.
Yeah.
And then you just came up with this, the watermelon.
And the sangria. Now, actually, a little weird trivia here, whatever, is that it's not actually sangria that I'm spitting out. It's actually...
You covered the lens cap in saran wrap, so you wouldn't wreck the camera.
There's actually, it looks very simple.
Oh, these are all my,
Rob
my
did
little
those.
drawings.
I think I didn't even tell you what they were. I was just like, I need a picture of pigs flying a plane, Satan skating.
Average day at the office here at thatguywithglasses.com. Doug walks in and says, I need Satan ice skating, pigs flying a biplane,
Now!
Yeah, and I need it now.
Don't ask why, just do it now! But yeah, I mean, that whole... Well, actually, do you remember? Because I did that... I did the whole spit scene. I covered everything in like paper towels and saran wrap and stuff like that. Clean it up afterwards. You didn't believe I actually did it because the place was so clean.
No, I thought you lied. It wasn't until I saw it that I was like, you didn't do that yet because I can't see any sangria sprayed all over the wall.
But it really was everywhere. And what the hell was it? It wasn't sangria. It was some sort of like cherry liqueur or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but the sangria wasn't red enough. You can probably see it was very dark. So,
and this is, by the way, this is where the film goes completely all wrong. It's in the first 10 minutes, and they start talking, and we got I love your expression there. We got a little bit of flack on the forums and a couple other websites that linked to us, and it's like, well, if you remember Tom and Jerry talked in that episode where he's dancing with Fred Astaire
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and we were just like, you know what? They inherently aren't talking characters. Because Mr. Bean gives a little speech in a movie, that does not make him a quote-unquote talking character. The point is that, for the most part, they don't talk. Versus this movie, where they don't shut up.
Actually, that's a good way of putting it. It's not that they don't talk; it's that they never shut up.
Yeah, it's like everybody was
Tom
trying
and Jerry,
to
shut up.
Everybody was trying to nail us with this gotcha moment. Like, I remember an episode where Tom gave a whole speech. It was like, yeah, but that's an episode out of dozens and dozens where they don't do anything but scream.
This music, by the way, this is from my favorite version of Hamlet is the Kenneth Branagh Hamlet, so this music's from there, and it's actually really pretty music, and I think it made this actually very emotional.
And this whole bit, because when we put these things together, we'll watch the film and then make comments, and notes will be jotted down. And this one came entirely out of left field. Bargo and I had no idea that Doug was doing this, and we watched it and our jaws were on the ground. It was just hilarious, and it was just a complete surprise to us, because we had never talked about it, nothing. It just ended up right there.
It's strangely kind of... I'm finding out more and more that the kind of more real the emotion you can get, like, you know, like in the Teddy Ruxpin, when you make it genuinely scary, it's funnier. When you make it genuinely sad, it's funnier. When you actually have the real emotion.
Look at this. Look at this. I think I had the line, West Side Pussy is what I called it. And the two Mexican wrestlers earlier. This is just a film that just thrives entirely on surreality and non sequiturs. It just takes the strangest images imaginable and just throws them all together. It's like, we don't have a plot or a good story. I got an idea. Let's take a couple Mexican wrestlers, a guy who wants to assault an ice cream machine, and, you know, let's just throw it all together. We're going to throw it all together, and cats and dogs can sing.
My thought, if I had to be, I don't think they originally wrote this for a Tom and Jerry movie. I think they probably wrote this movie, and then they're like, it's not good, we need something else. There's this Tom and Jerry movie that we're doing. You want to just throw this plot in there? It's like, yeah, okay.
We had this joke about, you know, excuse us, we're trying to make a movie here, because she just walked in. I think it was one of my lines. It was like, this is like, hello, we're making a movie, go away. And it's like they thought they had to give this movie heart. Well, as if Tom and Jerry ever had or needed heart.
Well, of course, and if you look at this, really, if you look at the heart of this, and it's actually quite terrifying, because Bargo kept going on and on about how this little girl is going to grow up to be a prostitute because she had all this psychological mental damage when she was a kid, like, talking cats and mice and this purple people eater that's
he went on and on, he says,
her.
Yes, well, this seems like a charming, lighthearted tale, but they don't show you afterwards where she's explaining this to a psychiatrist, where she was a streetwalker and she became a prostitute and a whore because her whole life was situated with this evil aunt, and there was this talking cat and mouse. And
he had it all figured out. Like he was saying her biography. I mean, he had great detail.
He should do a "Where Are They Now?" And
he wanted to. I remember he was saying that he wanted to write a whole article about where this girl would go and what she would grow up to be.
Money. And this guy. And the songs, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible.
No.
The big selling point for this film was Henry Mancini did the songs.
I didn't know who that was, but that's the Pink Panther guy, right?
Yes, it's the Pink Panther guy. Great jazz artist. I mean, he's not a bad composer by any stretch of the imagination, but I gave Doug the line because I was talking to my friend Brian, who's doing a riff tracks with us now, and we were talking Tom and Jerry the movie, and he just said, all I remember is that they were just like, songs by Henry Mancini, and I was just like, and he had this line, he was just like, fuck you, we've got Henry Mancini. I remember giving that line to Doug and said, you gotta use that somewhere. And this obese dog on a skate. Now here's the thing.
Sounds like Gollum.
Yeah, this dog gets all of the slapstick that Tom and Jerry should have had. He basically upstages them. What poor writing.
Oh, this ice cream molester
guy. As far as I'm concerned, this is the creepiest character in the whole film.
Well, what's funny is
Dr. Applecheeks. That's the other thing. The name.
And the bad guy's name is Lick Boot.
Yeah, Lick Boot, Aunt Fag, Dr. Applecheeks.
These is and the funny thing too with these songs is that it literally sounds like they're just making them up as they go. It's like, money is great, money is good, but animals
money
are
gives you food. What else rhymes with ood?
Oh, hey, Droopy, clever cameo, huh?
He only got minimum wage for that.
Any chance I can pull the gun out I use? I think I have issues with the gun, I think.
Yeah, that was another one that you surprised us with. We didn't see that one coming either. Yeah.
Oh, and there's one joke that's actually a good joke, but it's just too corny, so I have to play it down and say it's a bad joke. But I actually think Tom Sawyer and Huckle Jerry fit. I think that's really clever, actually. That's a clever joke.
And then...
Oh, Rip Taylor! As
Yeah.
the psychotic puppet. Captain pedophile guy.
This was my... No, I remember this. I swear to God, literally, Doug's reaction there. That's our exact reaction. That was it. We were
so
stunned
terrified.
into total silence. Bargo, Doug, and I, our jaws were on the ground, and we were just like mouthing silently, "What the fuck?"
It just got stranger and stranger
Yeah, and
every time
here,
something
milk and
stranger would pop
cookies.
up.
Yes, except candy from the stranger.
Well, it's like the real Rip Taylor kind of looks like that guy, and let's be honest, acts like that guy. And the real Rip Taylor is scary enough. You put him in cartoon form with a puppet, that's terrifying.
It just...
And that duck, that sounds like the duck from Garfield,
It's
which
like-
I think is him.
Yeah, Wade. It's like they literally sat here and thought, how can we make this stranger? You know, it's not weird enough.
Take that, asshole. And those effects, that was the first time I figured out how to get, like, I think, just take a still effect and actually animate, like, a head blowing off and stuff. Oh, it turned out pretty good. Oh, there it is! Here it is! We were stuck. We had nothing to say after this. We were just. What is he gonna do to it? Oh my god!
I remember there was like this 1 minute silence after that. We all just sat there and out of nowhere Bargo just shouts, "What the hell? I mean, what is he gonna rape him?" And that's where we got that line from.
Oh, and this one, I can say, like, all three of us
Steamboat
came up.
silly.
Well, all three of us came up with this joke.
Bargo-
of the mindfuck. And
Yeah.
how'd it go? Like, I was just like this. I was like, oh my god, this is all the craziest things you've ever seen. And then Bargo's just like, it's a mindfuck. And
Well,
then
Bargo
came up with
said-
playing that song. That
Yeah,
kick-ass song.
Bargo said that they should have just called the second part of the film Part 2, Welcome to the Mindfuck. And then I sort of sat there and I took that idea and I thought about it for a while. I came back in and I said, Doug, here's what you do. You know, because Doug came up to me, he says, what do I do with this? He had no idea how to explain this. I said, all you need to do is just play the movie as is. It explains itself. It's just so bizarre. I said, just have the word mindfuck flashing across the screen and grab that Paranoia song and play
I
it
am
and
so
just
glad,
put
and
it
that's.
all together.
I think that's the proudest part of this review is that people are remembering that song again because that song kicked ass. I love that
And it
song.
just works
and I
so
totally,
well with
I totally
this.
forgot about it when you brought it up again. Everybody forgets about it, but then they hear it again. It's like, oh my god, I love that song. It's a great song.
I just sort of thought it was like all of these images. I was like, that song I heard because it was the Faculty did that with their trailer.
Is that what it's called?
And I thought, you know what, just repeat the trailer for the Faculty and do it with this movie.
When Indiana Jones is the father. Here.
As who looks like Tom Selleck, who was supposed to play the original Indiana Jones.
Yeah, we have no idea what
Kind
that
of
means,
bizarre.
but it's a weird connection. Oh, that. Well, what can you do in a scene like that except just imitate the face?
This is just like the penultimate. It's just like Indiana Jones saves her from the burning building.
What the
Tom
hell-
and Jerry collapse. It's
What
just
the hell
like.
was the deadbeat dad the whole time? He was like, I'm finding lost arks.
I just
and
remember,
temple tombs."
sitting here thinking, how did we get here? I mean, when you look at that
It
image,
starts
it's
with a
just
cat and a
like-
mouse.
Yeah, it starts with a cat and a mouse, and it ends with Indiana Jones saving a little girl from a burning building and the cat and mouse nearly dying. How did we get there? That's the insanity of this movie.
Tom kind of sounded.
That's a great moment.
Tom kind of sounded like Costello half the time. Just oh yeah, what are you doing? Oh, don't let me do it.
Yeah,
Don't let me do it.
horrible choices for the voices. I mean, it just even if you were trying to be imaginative to imagine what Tom and Jerry would sound like, it doesn't work. It wasn't even casted right.
Jerry kind of works because I never
Jerry-
knew what,
yeah,
I never
Jerry's
knew what
close.
gender he was. I still don't know what gender the voice is. I think it's female, but I don't know. And this is something, I was gonna put this in the video game review. No. You said I should have put that in the video game review.
Yeah.
It should have been the sucks ass balls. I'm like, all right, I'll get it somewhere else. So we put it here. Oh, that's a great line. Don't you believe it?
The best Tom and Jerry moments ever. An example of a good Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Yes, love the cartoon. Hate the movie. Love that song.
Piece of crap. Oh, not the song.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
good. It's a good song.
Yeah, movie sucks.